Hey guys.
Hey guys, my name's Mick. My partner Mario. A handful of you guys probably know who we are already. Today is the 20th of February. It's launch day for our new project, Dominate Media.
Dude, in some places it's already tomorrow, so it's
This is
late. So
this is something that we've been working on in the background for I don't know, a couple months now,
mhm.
at least. No, dude, we started talking in summer about some of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just kind of piecemealed it all together, started picking things up here and there, and finally we sat down, a month ago and said, let's actually put a name to it and do this the right way. Guys, this is going to be like the down and dirty version. This isn't the real presentation. We put some stuff out there today, and thank you guys so much. We've had a bunch of you guys just reach out already and start asking questions and wanting to know more. And like seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I couldn't appreciate it. Like that means so much, that people are even curious. We didn't know when we started this. We were kind of making assumptions on what we thought people wanted, and a big part of what Mario and I believe is that it's our duty to serve others to some extent. Like, don't get me wrong, this isn't selfless. We want to make money. We want to put food on the table. We've both got families with little kids, but ultimately we saw that there was a gap where we could serve others, and we know that we're the guys for the job. So this is the down and dirty explanation of Dominate Media and what we've got going on. So we're excited, guys.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a case study in like taking imperfect action. This is totally like not scripted, not rehearsed. But so our concept with Dominate Media is we really want to create like this win-win situation for everybody. And so Mick and I both come from a background of like manufactured and manufacturer sales. And so like a very common model in the whole like supply chain or manufacturing basically is you got a manufacturer, someone who actually makes the stuff. They actually make valuable things, right? That's kind of what the manufacturer does. Then the manufacturer, what they do is they send those over to a wholesale distributor. And that wholesale distributor basically provides that to service contractors or ultimately helps them get to the client, right? So again, in that model, quote unquote supply chain, somebody makes something very valuable, then they give it to somebody else, or somebody else like makes sure that kind of is carried and make sure the best product is available, and then it gets to the client, and then a lot of people are happy in this whole equation. And
But
so
let's face it, the middleman buys it in bulk or has a relationship, so they get an advantageous price, right? They get to
absolutely.
buy something at a better price than the everyday citizen can.
And then at that, like to that same point, it's like because of the wholesaler is aggregating a bunch of things, they know what quality looks like. They're really good at it. They can do it for faster, cheaper, better than some one individual person. And kind of like with that thought in mind, we want to offer wholesale agency services. And so we want to be able to deliver the most important things, services, right? Agency services that you guys will need, you guys, gals, will need to be able to deliver value to your clients in the form of making them happy, being able to make them profitable, being able to change their business. And so we put together the grouping of what we believe to be, at least today, like on this launch period, what we believe to be the most like critical, no kidding, the most impactful agency services that most digital agencies are offering their clients at this point. So
That's
let's
it,
kind
man. These ones create the ROI.
of, okay.
When
Yeah,
they
you're right, man.
when they pay a dollar, we can say, look, these are the things that you need in order for us to put 3 to 5 to 10 to 20 back in your pocket every time you had us a dollar bill, right? These are the ones that are going to let people keep going back and asking for that next month and that next month and that next month of retainers, and that's why they're here. So let's talk about it a little bit. Launch day package, fully managed wholesale agency services. Now that you guys know what that crazy term is, that's Mario and I taking care of the technical side and offering it at wholesale rates to you guys.
Yep.
And Mario's going to tell you a little bit about what that looks like.
So we believe these are like the core services that most digital agencies do offer and should be offering their clients. number one, kind of like the biggest thing that business owners are asking for are paid online ads. We've seen the biggest ROI on our paid ads. Trust me, we tried other platforms, but we've seen the biggest ROI on Facebook and Google using direct response lead gen type ads. So we've actually worked in more than 40 niches, campaigns, I guess is a better way to call it. We have over 40 proven campaigns that we've used ourselves, or we've helped our other clients use. We're proud of these campaigns. We know they get great results. And based on that past experience with them, we know that if you pick from any one of these 40 plus campaigns in the variety of different industries that we have, everything from real estate agent to roofer, chiropractor, to like some interesting things like cryogenic therapy, stem cell replacement, like weird, even kind of like crazy weird things. Like if you have a client that does it and they're like usually a local service provider, we probably have a proven campaign for it. But it's not just like the setup of the campaign and all the things that go into that. It's like writing the ad copy, selecting the images, building the lead capture page, installing the pixel codes. But so it's not just the setup of the campaign, but what we're also including is the ongoing management and optimization, troubleshooting, launching the campaigns in a specific way so that we're able to get the best ROI as quickly as possible. All that's going to be included. So that's kind of like the foundation, the fundamental, the first piece of the equation to help create that, really positive relationship with you and your client. So it's great that we can create these leads, but I think more importantly than being able to create the leads is actually having the system, right? So it's not just creating somebody who might be interested. It's really putting your client, the business owner, in contact with somebody who raised their hand already and said, I'm interested enough to give my contact information. So the second piece of the puzzle is this automated follow-up system, which provides this real-time two-way communication with the lead, the prospect, and your client. So this really kind of demystifies it. It allows the shortest path to be able to connect somebody who wants to buy what your client is selling and your client to be able to make that deal happen. But like taking all the numbers aside and like, there's all the statistics, et cetera. We've proven this over and over again. It's just something that clients aren't good at. And probably for like a multitude of different reasons, like they're running a business, they're focused on operations and a whole bunch of other things. If they get a buzz on their phone, like they may or may not respond to it within like 5 minutes. So we remove that from the process by implementing an automated follow-up system that's both integrated and automated. So it really ensures that when somebody responds to the follow-up sequence that's delivered via phone, via email, and text, that the client understands that this is not just somebody who submitted their information online, but it actually is somebody who wants to take the next step in their sales process. Super valuable piece of technology to be able to deliver.
Let's make it real.
Yeah.
Let's make it real. Anybody who's sold leads before, they've heard it. Yep. The leads suck, right?
No, it's so true. It's so true.
Your leads suck. Mario, your leads suck. I can't get a hold of these guys. They don't pick up the phone. The phone numbers are fake. The emails are fake. And why do they say that, right? And I won't go off on too much of a tangent here, but let's face it. The reality is when we send a real estate agent 120 leads in 3 days. This just happened, by the way. We're doing leads for like $1 a piece for a real estate agent. And like what happens when he gets those 120 leads? The first thing he does is like he gets really excited because he's got fresh leads coming in. He's like, I'm going to pick up my phone and I'm going to call the guy. Ring.
Nobody answers.
Doesn't answer, right? Okay. It's 2019. I should probably text the guy. Oh, wait. My wife's calling me. Let me see if she's going to have dinner ready when I get home. Hold on. My assistant's over here. And 5 minutes later, it's like, oh, yeah, I need to send John Smith a text. That's what I was doing.
And in that time, they got another lead.
Yeah, and then there's another lead. And then they're like, well, maybe he's not going to respond to my text, so I should shoot him an email. And then his email bounces back, right? It's like he fat-fingered the key when he was typing in his email on the lead form. And now your real estate agent's like, the leads suck. I knew they were going to suck. They all suck. I've bought leads before. And I told this guy, I told him Facebook doesn't work. And, no, it doesn't work. And that's what your customer hears. Well, the automated follow-up takes all of that out of their hands.
Yeah, it's true.
So you literally never have to hear that again. Why? Because if that first lead really does suck, because sometimes it does, it's the internet. There's trolls, there's people that just have the wrong information stored in Facebook, or they intentionally put in fake info to get something for free. What happens with that fake lead with automated follow-up?
They don't make it past the next day.
The system doesn't discriminate. It tries to call them, text them, and email them within the first 5 minutes and over a 3 to 7 day period. And if that lead doesn't respond, nobody cares, because nobody knows that it happened, because we've got a system doing that rather than a person. And what happens when there is a good lead where somebody says, hey, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that's made out of brick and has a new roof and has electric heat and da-da-da-da-da-da. When that lead responds, that shows up on your real estate agent's phone, and he's like, holy cow, these guys know what they're doing. That's the real world difference with automated follow-up, and why it's so important as part of these core services. I'll shut up now.
I promise to get you back. How about that, Mick?
There you go.
All right. So the next core service that we're really excited to offer is reputation management. The big thing about reputation management, I like, personally, I'm not a big fan of those words. It's kind of nebulous. And so, like, for me, it's online rating and reviews. So the piece of technology that we selected to kind of serve as our reputation management part of our tech stack is something that really helps increase online ratings and reviews. It's an automated system that asks for past customers to just share their experience with the business. And so, I'm sure you and I know Mick and I have done this before. It's like, I'm going to buy something. And so the first thing that I do is I Google it and I look at what the star rating is, right? So we're all like, how many stars? And so, generally without a system in place, a lot of business owners suffer from the fact that the people who go online are those trolls that Mick talked about, or people who are just like dissatisfied and they want other people to know. Like, generally, those are probably most likely the people that are going to leave ratings for small businesses.
Because misery loves company, and Google has a lot of company.
Awesome, man. So, like, the cool thing about this service, though, is like, not only does it encourage feedback, but every now and then, for whatever reason, somebody may have some not so positive feedback to share with the business. The way this tool is designed, that if somebody enters the process, the sequence, the automated outreach, and they want to leave something that's, let's say, less than a 4-star review, it'll give the user interface of like that they're putting their feedback in, but it'll basically prevent that feedback from going to Google or Facebook or the other review site. So again, probably doing a bad job explaining this. If there is a positive review, we're going to give the customer the opportunity to share that review on their favorite review site, Facebook or Google. But if they have like some just feedback that maybe it's not so positive, but it's probably good. It's probably good feedback that they want to share with the business owner. It'll zap over an email to the business owner, let them know what happened, what their experiences was, what their grievance was, and it'll give the business owner the opportunity to handle that feedback offline, right? Not on Google, not on Facebook. And so it's a really cool part of the service offering and the fully managed wholesale agency services.
And the customer still got to vent, right? Like, they still got to get it off their chest. Like, Shauna didn't smile when she brought me my pancakes. It's like, all right, cool. Now I can tell Shauna to make sure she smiles more often, but at least that's not on Google.
I mean, some of the quote unquote like negative reviews. We're gonna talk about it another day. But so the last thing that I'm really excited about, and I think this one is totally game changer. Gosh, I feel like such a hype man. I mean, I'm like, automated follow-up is the best thing ever. Reputation management's awesome. Client sites here. So, Mick, I'll just toss it over to you so you can talk about the client sites.
Yeah, no doubt. So, like, what we've found from running, well over 100 campaigns with these core services specifically, is that businesses think they want leads. They find out they suck at follow-up. They ask us to step in, or they stop paying us, so we choose to step in. So now we've done automated follow-up to address that issue. And they realized like, hey, I didn't want leads. I wanted more money in my pocket. I want more money in the bank. I want my business to create a stronger bottom line, more revenue, right? Like those are things that when you have that conversation with business owners, it's strong. When you're the guy who sells leads, they're like, remember what I said? They're like, the leads suck. I've tried it before. Facebook doesn't work. The leads suck. And you're like, no, but I've got the automated follow-up and we're going to get the leads to respond. So you're not buying leads, you're buying responses. That's super valuable in and of itself. That sets you apart from well over 50%, if not 80% of other marketers that are selling leads out there. I mean, even the big ones, Zillow's not following up on leads for real estate agents. They're pimping them out to 5 different people and charging them all for it, right? I mean, they're not helping with automated follow-up. You guys are now. We realized that even if we get Mary Sue, who wants the 3-bedroom, 2-bath made out of brick with the electric heat on Main Street in XYZ city, to respond to our real estate agent, they still weren't very good at actually getting her to see that house. Shocking, right? The real estate professional's not awesome at being a real estate professional in this way. Why? It's because they're used to referrals, right? They're used to like their wife's coworker calling them up and saying like, hey, I work with Mary and Joe and I want to buy a house and can we go see some this weekend? We found these on Zillow. And what we're sending is like random person off the internet that has an interest and has raised their hand and said like, hey, I'm interested in houses in the market and I noticed that you have a free list that is going to show me some things that maybe I can't find on Zillow, right? So that person, it's a different sales process than a referral, which is what most agents are used to. So we said like, how do we take our experience as salesmen? We both started in the wholesale industry and we got paid by the number in the right-hand column, growing. And we said, how do we take our sales know-how and apply it to our digital marketing know-how? Well, the client-side CRM is actually a lot more than that. Right now, I think the solution that a lot of people go for is like, hey, we're going to, we're going to put all the leads on a Google sheet and we're going to put an extra column over there on the right that says notes. And we're going to tell that customer, hey, Mr. Customer, you're going to go into the Google sheet every day and you're going to make some notes on there about what you did. And you know what that sounds like to a dentist? That sounds like I'm missing my son's soccer game so that I can fill out a freaking spreadsheet. That sounds like I'm going to get yelled at by my wife for being home late again tonight. That sounds like work, and clients don't want more work. They want more money. So what we've integrated with the automated follow-up is a CRM that brings that end goal to the forefront, which is what are the leads worth and what are they doing inside of this business? This is fully automated. The leads come in. You can see up here in the left-hand corner, like this campaign, 49 leads have come in. Value 66,000. We can input a value per lead. So if we know that the average house that a real estate agent is going to sell is worth $2,000 to him, that means each of these leads is worth $2,000 potentially, right? So that's pipeline value. And what ends up happening is as the automation moves these guys through the pipeline and the real estate agent starts making contact and showing homes, we've given him a complete system where he can move them through step by step. And by the way, we got some super simple training on this. So it's super intuitive, like from his cell phone where he's swiping right, swiping left. And it's going to start showing him a very clear picture of, hey, look, Mick and Mario have generated $66,000 worth of leads. $36,000 worth of those leads have replied to their automation.
Right.
So $12,000 of those have actually confirmed and said, hey, I'd like to see a house next weekend, or whatever that is. I'd like to come in for a dental implant. I want to get stem cells injected into my sore back. Whatever the niche is, I want my roof replaced because I had hail damage last weekend, right? It can be so many different things, but it's like 9 of those people have confirmed that, hey, you're going to come out and we're going to get this process started. As these continue moving through the pipeline, this allows you to paint the picture of exactly what's happening. You're no longer the guy who sent 49 leads that, Eric, the real estate agent's like, I told you the Facebook leads don't work. The leads suck. I talked to 25, but no, you've got the complete picture here. Hey, Eric, we sent you 49. You talked to 25. 9 are looking at houses right now. You've got $12,000 sitting there that you stand to make because of the $1,500 that you paid us. By the way, did you want to use Visa or MasterCard for next month? Right? I mean, that's what we're talking about here. This allows you as a salesman to articulate the real value. It's not the leads. It's not the reputation management. It's not the automated follow-up. Those things are kind of fun to talk about. When you can articulate the dollars and cents value of what you're doing and how you're going to create ROI and map it out for them, this is what gives you the leverage and puts you in control to ask for more money the next month and the next month and the next month. Because these numbers right here, they keep getting bigger. And when the numbers keep getting bigger, they can easily justify writing you another check, right?
It's awesome. Super awesome.
Mario, we say it a lot, we joke about it, but it's like, guys, if you had access to this stuff, if you had access to this package,
right,
and we showed you how to do this, not showed you how, but we did this for you and trained your customer on how to use this. Like, is there any reason you couldn't be successful with all this stuff? Is there any reason you couldn't go ask a business owner for money and expect him to write you a check? Is there any reason? If there is, like, seriously, let us know, because we'd love to solve that problem too. So, like, pricing, right? Let's just get down to it. Like, paid ads, you can go and hire a team in India that is going to charge you $97 a month for social media management and ads. And what do you get with that $97?
Who's the post?
Nobody's really sure, but it's certainly not going to be ROI, right? Like, it's not going to be measurable results that you expect to be able to tell your clients about. So is $500 maybe a little steep to price this service at? Honestly, I don't think so, but trust me, we understand that there's cheap ways to get this done.
And real quick, Mick, let me just give a quick example. Like, Mick and I, when we can show you guys invoices of this, just if there's any question, we have charged past clients $2,500 just to set up the ability to do paid ads. That's not like running the paid ads on a regular basis or anything like that. That's just saying, hey, Mrs. Client, what we're going to do is we're going to design you a system that allows you to advertise your business on Facebook and Google. And oh yeah, by the way, you're going to pay us $2,500. And they say, here's a check for $2,500. So yeah, I mean, to your point, Mick, like the pricing for this piece of the services, it's like all over the board. And I think $500 is a very understandable and reasonable number.
It's like fair, right? Like, that's the fair market value.
It's like the middle.
You're going to get a lead capture page. You're going to get some ads. You're going to get some optimization. Unless you do that India thing, then maybe you don't get any of those. No offense. So yeah, I mean, we think this is like fair market value. The automated follow-up, again, like to get a good piece of software that does calling, texting, and emailing. Oh, and by the way, when the lead responds to the text message, you probably don't want more phone calls and emails to go out to them. Software like that, it's like $97 a month, right? Rep management, $67 a month. You know, not a big one, but I mean, so far we're talking almost $700 here. CRMs, there's literally free CRMs out there that nobody uses because they're such a headache. And there are multi-$1,000 a month CRMs like Salesforce that nobody uses because they're such a headache. So it's like, how do you create a system that isn't such a headache that people can't get out of their own way when it comes to using it? And that's what we've got. We've got a really simplified system. It's just columns that, you know, walk the lead through the different stages. And, like, you know, what do we think that's worth? Like, we had to do it. Like, it
really is priceless, though.
We truly believe it's priceless. One thing that I said a few minutes ago was that, like, offering automated follow-up might set you apart from 80% of other digital marketers out there. No kidding. I truly believe that offering these services together, especially the client-side CRM, that's like a step above a Google Sheet that really illustrates exactly what's happening with the pipeline. Like, you're going to set yourself apart from 95 to 99% of other digital marketers out there. And that's no exaggeration. These are what you need to compete in today's landscape and be able to go and ask your customer for money in the second and the third and the fourth month, which is why we're all here, right? Because of client retention. What comes with these services? You're going to get Mario and I. We're going to do all these things for you. You're going to be able to pick up the phone and text us, call us, talk to us, have real conversations. We're not going to say, go and talk to us through Asana. We're not going to say, we're not going to say, hey, pay for your own Howdy account. We're not going to charge you a fee for this software. Yeah. It's all inclusive, right? Like it's one-stop shop. Everything that you need for these specific core services, we're going to take care of for you. The software, the setup, the management. That's what fully managed wholesale agency services are to us. And we always talk about with our clients, like, you need to raise your prices. Mario's laughing at me.
Yeah, I just knew where you're going with this.
Like, we're always looking at a client service, and like, we have a woman that we work with right now, and she actually does a physical product, which is related to a local service. And she wants to charge, $60 for this physical product. Mm-hmm. And it's literally like, it single-handedly is worth thousands of dollars in value. And we're like, Michelle, you've got to up that price point. Like we're just always telling people, like, you're not charging enough. It's always our mantra. And so a few nights ago when we sat down and like organized all this stuff, we were like, what are we really going to charge on day one? Like, when somebody finally comes to us and asks us, like, what's the price? What are we going to tell them? And I was like, Mario, we always say, like, we tell everybody else they're not charging enough, so let's make sure that we charge enough. And I laid a price out there, and Mario was like, we're not doing that. We're gonna cut them some slack, and we're gonna make this where somebody who's new to the game can afford it, and they can make money, and they can be extremely profitable. And an agency that has 15 campaigns that they're ready to hand off can stomach the price and say, yes, please take this burden off of me. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Handle it. Like, you guys, I want the white glove service at the Walmart price. That's what Mario asked me to do. He's like, Mick, I'm telling you that I want the Walmart price, but I want the white glove service. What does that look like?
Funny though, like, I'll be honest with you, Mick, and I don't know if I ever shared this with you. Like, I did this out of simplicity though too. I'm like, I've seen so many I'll be honest, we're not the first guys that we say that, hey, we want to do this white label. We're calling it something different, or this agency for agencies. But I think like the way that we're doing it is, I hope at least you guys see it's different and it's valuable. But when you see what the pricing that we put it at, it's like simple, and it's really out of our way of doing things. Like, this webinar is or whatever this is, it's not perfect. But the thing that we know that, like, between, like, we know that nobody else is going to care about you, and nobody else is going to care about your clients and care about the results, like Mick and I will. So we really like put the pen to paper, sharpen our pencils, or whatever the saying is, and figured out, like, what's the least that we could do it, at least for this introductory. I don't know how many we can take on. So I think we might find quickly, Mick, that this is probably not the right price. But let's just hit it with the price, man. It's not.
Yeah. So I mean, like, we're talking, like, conservatively, you're talking $700 worth of stuff here, and so, like, we just felt like introductory launch price, $350 a month. Of course, there's like the Pete Rose Hall of Fame asterisk there. And like, why is it? Like, guys, for the campaigns that we have, that we've run before, that we know we can produce results and consistently, like, put through the production line that we've created.
Yep.
Because Mario and I doing the work right now. Like, there's not some guy in India that's pushing the buttons to make this stuff happen. It's me and Mario, and we've got other people that are better at things than we are that we bring on board when necessary, but the core services are us. And we feel like $350 a month to get us is beyond reasonable, and hopefully you think so too.
Wait, so let's clarify, because I want to make that, like, super tangible. When you say $350 a month, that's like per client / campaign. Okay, cool.
So 350, you get us, you get all the services, you get all the software. What's the asterisk for? You're going to cover ad spend. Well, your client is, hopefully. And if that ad spend gets crazy, like, to be honest, we haven't set a number hard in stone. Like, we want to work with you guys. And if you come to us and you're like, hey, I've got a guy that wants to do, a couple $1,000s worth of ads this month, and I'm jumping in for the 350 deal, we're probably going to do it. If you come to us and you're like, hey, this guy wants to do 5, he wants to do 10, he wants to do, whatever, we're probably going to be like, let's at least have a conversation, because that's going to be a lot more work, right? Like, it just is. I'm not going to get into it, but it's more work. So that's why the asterisk is there. For these services, for me and Mario to manage them for you, for us to do the entire setup, the white glove service at what we feel is like the Walmart price is $350
per client.
Per client. I'll leave it at this. Come and talk to us. If you need something else, if you need less, if you need more, if you want to do something crazy, like, let's have a conversation. Like I said, we're not going to tell you to go fill out some form so that you can, have a conversation with us. Like, shoot me a PM on Facebook. I'll give you my real cell phone number, and we'll jump on a call for as long as you want, and let's talk about it. This, we're gonna push everybody towards this, not because we feel like this is the end all be all, process that our business is going to operate on, but we think that this is a way for you guys to get extraordinary service from us for your clients and be able to stick a bunch of money in your pocket. Because let's face it, there's plenty of clients out there that are worth $1,500, $2,000, $1,000. And rather than saying, hey, split it 50-50 with us, we're like, $350. We've got your back. Go make money. One thing that's come up, and we'll end here. We've been talking for a while. One thing that's come up is like, hey, what about trials? There's a lot of really powerful people out there that teach trials as a way to land clients. We think it's great.
Yep.
We've done trials ourselves. Right now, I have trials going for campaigns that I don't have proven results in. I'm working for free in some places, and I really don't like it, to be honest. But we think trials are great, and we think it makes a ton of sense if that's how you want to start your business, is by offering trials to your clients. That's great. Those also cost $350 a month for Mario and I to run for you.
Yeah.
I wish we could say, hey, first one's on us, or let us help you get started. What we've found, and here's a little, pro tip for you guys. Our white label partners that charge a setup fee, they're always the ones who have staying power. They're always the ones that don't disappear on us after 30 days. So call it what you want, but we know our value, and it's well above this. But we also know your value and what the value of these services are to your client. And you should not be afraid to go and ask for $1,000 setup fee and some ad spend to prove to somebody that you can do this for them. And if you want some advice on how to do that, again, shoot me a PM and we'll talk about it. But guys, don't sell yourself short. And unfortunately, as we scale, we just don't have the bandwidth to take on free trials in the sense that we're not going to make any money for working on them. And again, we've just found that time in and time out, our partners that bring those types of clients to us, they fizzle right away, because it sucks not making money. It's a lot of work to be a salesperson. It's a lot of work to be a fully managed wholesale agency service provider. And we're all valuable. And it gets really boring really fast to do things for free. And we're not saying that people who are telling you to do it for free are wrong, because they're right. That's how I started. That's how Mario started. Yeah. But with me and Mario in your corner, with us as your trainer, we've got your freaking back. You're worth every bit of the setup fee that you want to ask for. And you'll be blown away by how many people are willing to hand that over to you if you say it with a little bit of confidence like I just did. You've got to believe it. You've got to be confident about it. Ask for a setup fee, because they've got money. That's all I got, man.
No, I think that's all we got, right? So I'm sure somewhere on this page, I don't know what we're doing in this video, but there's going to be more information. And so, but at the end of the day, if the information is still leaves some questions, if you're curious, right? If you kind of are just like, well, what's that asterisk really mean for me? Or if there's just like, even if you don't work with us, let me just put it this way. I think what Mick just said is super powerful and super important. Like, you are worth whatever it is that you want to charge. And so like, don't leave money on the table. And again, even if you don't work with us, like we want you guys to be successful. So we're just here to support you guys in a way that makes sense. But we're really excited about those of you who just have the ability to outsource or use us as your partners to be able to deliver extreme value to your clients. So again, there's probably going to be some more information to come. I don't know. This probably won't be the final version of this video. So
I hope not.
and like, to that point though, like I'll be honest with you, and it's not a scare tactic or false scarcity. I'm not confident that we're going to be able to make this make sense for us at this price for long term either. But my commitment to anybody who does take us up on this offer at this $350 per month is like, that's going to be your price. You're going to be locked in at it. Like, we're not. We really haven't set specific thresholds and whatnot, but I think over the next couple of weeks we'll learn like where we need to be on price. But again, my commitment to anybody who decides to take us up on the offer to allow us to fully manage their client campaigns for them, that we'll maintain this price for the long haul. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to hear us out and kind of get a better understanding of why we're so excited about being able to offer these services. So yeah, that's really all I got. So thanks everybody, and we look forward to working with you. Wishing nothing.
Thanks for sticking it out, guys. That was probably, I don't even know how long that was, but I don't
even know, man.
I feel bad. There's a lot to talk about. We just want to we wanted to cover it. I'm going to end on this. Like, you guys just gave us whatever that was, a half hour of your time. I don't even know. It's probably about that. I feel like I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 60 minutes for each and every one of you that are seeing this right now. Seriously, like, if you just want to talk about this stuff, if you want more about what any one of these core services mean, if you want to talk about the pricing, if you want to talk about like, hey, I've got these clients that I did take on for free and I'm struggling with the tech and I need some help getting through and over these first barriers, like, we'll help you smash those down. That doesn't cost anything. Like, what I'm saying is, we're super approachable, and come have a freaking conversation with us. Like, we would love to help in any way that we can, even if it doesn't mean that you're going to pay us. Like, I used to have a boss that would say, like, I have 5 minutes for anybody. And that'd be like random sales guys that came through. They're like, oh yeah, come in my office and tell me what you got. Like, I got 5 minutes for anyone. Well, for anyone who's seeing this, like, I've got time, come and talk to us. We will, in some of the roles that we hold as coaches, we try to be a resource to people, and that's not going to stop. Like, don't think that this is like a barrier to entry to deal with Mick and Mario. Like, nothing's changing. This is just for those of you that want to, take advantage of us on a different level and use us to grow your businesses. So with that, thanks. Look forward to having conversations, guys. Later.
Bye, everybody.